Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta What Ifs. Today I'm back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Was From a Secret Tribe, and yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this is actually the reboot of a story that I did on a previous channel, Apollo 2.0, What If Naruto Was From a Tribe short movie. And yeah, because Spidey was requesting it a lot, so I thought why not just complete it once and for all. And yeah, I know what someone was fighting him, saying that it was his idea. Basically, no, it wasn't his, it was actually mine. He was just continuously asking me to make it. And yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't make your idea. It's just that I wanted to finish the story as well. I was putting it on hold because I was, trying my best to cover up as many ideas as possible, but then I stopped and thought, why not just finish this story since it's been bothering me so much, so here it is. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you also subscribe, and also leave in the comment section your ideas from where it will be turned into stories on this channel as well, with a shout out, obviously. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's movie. Our story begins with a tale that is old even from the elemental nations and even older than the clan warring era. As we see that in the beginning of the clan warring era, when there were few clans and prominent ones as well, there was amongst them one clan that was the most strongest of them all, and that clan was known as the Ronin clan, a clan that was feared and was so strong that each person of that clan possessed the strength, power, as well as endurance of hundreds of shinobis at once. But the leader, the royal family of that clan, possessed the power and strength of 1,000 shinobis. And because of that, they were the strongest and the most prominent clans in the early clan warring era. The other clans were fearful of them and were afraid to such extent that their fear grew into hatred, and they wanted to eradicate them. And that is when they all banded together with one goal in mind: to eradicate the Ronin clan. And in the middle of the night, when they were sleeping, they silently ambushed the village and killed everyone at their side. Luckily enough, their leader at the time was able to get awake, and the guards as well. As soon as the battle commenced, they were already outnumbered. Some of the clans that were prominent in Genjutsu used it to lure them in, and they were somehow able to successfully murder most of the clan and even defeat their leader. But before their leader died down, he bought enough time to some of the Ronin clan kids to escape and to live their life away from hatred as well as revenge. As the kids still hold hatred, but they had one goal in mind, and that was their leader's words. That was to survive and forget about hatred and all that. So they hid themselves, begin to live their lives, and as time went by, they began to form a clan of their own. Such clans were the Senju clan and the Uzumaki clan, and some of them were Hyuga and the other ones as well. But the most strongest out of all of them, as we know, was the Senju and the Uzumakis. As the time went on, we see that the clan warring era continued to the point where the clans began to fight against each other for more territory and power. And that is when we see the Uzumakis were the ones who were the most prominent out of all of them, because they were able to make a nation of their own clan, Uzushio Gakure, while the rest just continued to struggle. And their cousins, known as Senju clan, with the help of them, were able to create the first ever village known as Konoha Gakure no Sato. And soon after, the clan warring era ended, and the Shinobi Nation era began, and with that many more elemental nations came to existence. But people began to fear the Uzumakis again, to the point where in the second great Shinobi War, the Uzumakis were ambushed and were eradicated. As now we see, the warring era continued, and after the third war, there was some peace for the time being, because the third war hero, Minato Namikaze, was able to bring down a whole armada of the Iwagakure, to the point that they, alongside many others, had to retreat because of the fear that the man instilled between them. And in this way, Minato was able to win a war and his title as the fourth Hokage of the said village, a title given to the strongest shinobis of the whole village and a man who has the capability of leading them, chosen by the people and the council of the village, with the blessing of daimyo of the nation. And Minato was the chosen one. As his wife Kushina Uzumaki grew closer to giving birth after this news, as months began to pass by when he became the Hokage, we see that a man was lurking into the shadows. A man with goal to threaten their new life that was about to begin. And soon on October 10th, a tragedy struck. The Kyuubi was released right after the birth process was done, and two beautiful babies were born. Menma Uzumaki no Mikaze, Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze. Both Kushina and Minato were supposed to be happy, and yet the most happiest day in their life was turned into the most terrifying moment, because their children were abducted, and the abductor demanded Kushina, who was the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko. Minato was not ready to give up his wife, and that is what costed him this much, that the village was now under threat of the Biju, who was released, and he still lost his wife while he was able to save his kids. Damn it, thought Minato to himself as he teleported again in search for his wife. He was able to find her instantly because of the tag that he placed on her. She was in a weakened state. As soon as Minato returned where the children were, we see that Kushina then said, holding on to Minato's hand as he was about to leave to search for a man, "Kushina, I have to go. The Kyuubi's on loose and I have to look for that man as well. Hiruzen-sama and the others are already on the outer skirts fighting the Biju. They won't be able to hold it for much longer. I have to do something and fast. Minato, you don't need to worry. Everything will be fine. Tonight is the night when the power of long forgotten from our clan will be awakened again." Minato was confused when Kushina said these words. "What do you mean by that, Kushina?" I'll tell you later. Just give me some time and some chakra pills and go do your job. I'll meet you at the front line soon. We have to seal the Biju, right?" As Minato's eyes widened, "You can't mean that. There is no other choice," said Kushina, cutting him off. "We have to do it, and do it now. We can't ask for anyone to give their kids to us for this process if we can't do this with our kids. And besides, only Uzumakis are capable enough of holding back the Biju. Or have you forgotten?" "No, I haven't." "Are you sure about this, Kushina? You know that there is no other way." "I'll be the judge of that. You don't have to do anything. Leave the process to me." "What?" said Minato with shock-filled expression. "I'm not gonna allow you to do that. The kids need you." "No, Minato. They need you more than me. You wanna know why? Because this village, they see you as a hero. To them, I was an outsider from the beginning. If I survive and you don't tonight, they will all do their best. Donzo will do his best to take either of our kids as the Jinchuriki, while on the other side, if you do, that will be another story. You'll be able to protect our children, so leave this matter to me, Kushina. There's still time to think, please," as that is when the ground beneath them shook as dust began to fall down from the ceiling, as it was an indication that the Kyuubi was growing near. "We don't have time, Minato. I am going there after taking some chakra pills and doing something. And after that, I'll be doing the Hakai Fuyin seal to seal the Biju. Leave this matter to me. Go take down that bastard of a moss person." Damn it. As at that moment, Minato knew that he had no other choice but to listen to his wife's words. Whenever that happened, he was always pissed. And tonight was the night that he was the pissed most because he felt powerless. So, he had no other choice but to leave. As Kushina, after taking the chakra pills, then said, "Okay, I have only one shot at this." As after that we see, Kushina then did some hand seals as patterns begin to appear on her both hands. And in both hands there was a mark of a lion, indicating her link to the tribal clan known as the Ronin clan that has gone extinct from long ago. We Uzumakis have kept the Ronin alive within us, and I know my kids will as well. As that is when we see Kushina tried to make the seals on Menma, but she failed. As that is when her eyes widened. No, damn it, I failed. As the seals began to disappear as soon as the mistake was made. Damn it, I only have one shot at this. Please don't fail me. You can do this, Naruto. I entrust the power of the Ronin clan to you now. Only you can hold it. As now we see Seeing that she only had now one choice left, she began to make carefully the seals of Ronin clan on Naruto to awaken the Ronin blood that was coursing through his veins. As after that we see, the sealing process was done, and Naruto was now adoring on both of his arms the seals of the Ronin clan, seals of line in the matrix that was made by his own mother. As the seals begin to disappear from Kushina, as she began to feel a lot weakened, because these seals awakened the blood of the Ronin in them, and that allowed them to be more stronger than any other. And that is why Uzumaki's, at the time of the clan warring era, was able to make a nation of their own while still being a dependent clan alone. As now we see, Naruto's eyes open to reveal blue with slits in them, but then they turned back to the normal ones, indicating that the sealing process was a success. Thank God. Now I don't have much time. As Kushina heard the QB roar, as she grabbed on to both of the kids and began to dash towards the front lines. I have to do this now. As now we see, back on the other side, in the backside of the village, Minato was busy dealing with the person who has caused all of this mess, the mouse person, and thanks to his two legendary techniques that earned him the fearsome title of the Yellow Flash, the Flying Raijin as well as the Rasengan, he was able to injure gravely the mouse person, who was now on the ground panting heavily while his vision was blurring. Damn it, I did not anticipate it for him to go out like this. As that is when he looked towards the QB. Seeing that it was time to cut his losses, he then said, I did not expect you to be so strong, Minato Namikaze. Well, what did you expect? You have caused enough pain tonight. I'm gonna bring justice to you. Is that right? Look behind you, Minato. The Biju is almost at the doors of the village. If you don't decide now, the village will suffer. Are you going to come at me and let me buy some time for the Biju to finish what is started? Or are you going to go there and stop the Biju while I escape? As Minato then stopped there. Come on, Minato. What's it going to be? Damn it. As Minato felt fear because he didn't want to lose Kushina. As now we see, he arrived at the front lines. As the man chuckled, good decision, Minato. I didn't expect anything less from the fourth Hokage. As now we see on the other side, Kushina was already there, preparing the seal to use the Hakai Fuyin. And on the other side, dealing with the Biju, were the shinobis who were being thrown left and right like ragdoll by the Biju, much to the Biju's amusement. As now we see Hiruzen Sarutobi then said, panting heavily, what the hell is Kushina doing there? And she looks a lot pale. Man, hold your ground! The Hokage will arrive soon. I have to do something. As that is when everyone said hi in unison, and as Hiruzen dashed away from there to the other side. Kushina, what the hell are you doing here? How in the hell did this all happen? Now is not the time to explain, old man. I don't have much time. I have to do this, and do this now. What do you mean you don't have time? You're just exhausted. You can survive if you... As his gaze fell upon the seal matrix that was being done, you're drawing the Hakai Fuyin. So you know about the Uzumaki sacred seal? Of course I know. I was a student of Mito-sama when I was learning Fuinjutsu. Or have you forgotten? Why are you using this cursed seal? You know that you will sell your soul to the Shinigami, or have you forgotten, Kushina? I know, but that is the only choice that I have. Minato is busy dealing with the person who caused this mess in the first place. Some person claiming to be Madara Uchiha. Madara? But isn't he? Look in the eyes of the Biju. You'll understand, old man. As Kushina said these words, Minato arrived, and Hiruzen looked towards the Biju's eyes and saw what Kushina was saying was correct. That is Uchiha patron in the eyes of the Biju. It's under a genjutsu. Minato, are you sure that Kushina is the right person to do this seal? I know so, and I brought some backup. As above them a toad fly by them, and that was Gamabunta, the chief toad of the Toad clan, that went and attacked the Biju. Why don't you mess with someone of your own size? As the Biju, with all its rage, breaking out of the genjutsu now, was charging towards the huge toad. As the toad then said, Kid, I'll hold him off as long as possible, but I doubt that I'll be able to hold him for too much longer. Do what you have to do in this time. Thanks, Mayta. I'll leave the rest to you. As both of them nodded, as now we see, Kushina was about to begin doing the hand seals as Hiruzen stopped them. What is it? Tell my kids I love them. I'll do it. What? But, old man Hiruzen, let me do this. I'll be the one who'll be doing this. You don't have to. Listen, Kushina. Both you and Minato have your whole life in front of you. I have lived my years of fulfillment. And besides, I'm already have lived a life. I don't need to live any longer. If anyone has to sacrifice tonight, let me do it. Let the older generation go through that, so the younger can survive. Go. Move to the side. As now we see Hiruzen begin to do the hand seals, and after the hand seals were completed, he slammed his hands together. Fuinjutsu arts! Hake Fuyin! He yelled out, as that is when a ghostly figure appeared. As the Shinigami was made a deal by Hiruzen. Shinigami-sama, in exchange of my soul, I want you to steal the Biju in between these two kids, and give some of the chakra to Kushina so that she can survive. As after that, the Shinigami didn't say anything, but its eyes glowed, as the Biju was then chained by Kushina, as now we see from small katana that was held by the Shinigami's hand, it opened and ripped its own stomach, as one blue chain was shot towards Hiruzen, while the other one was shot towards the Biju, as two more shot out, and it was now connected to the seals of the infant children that were laying in front of them. As Hiruzen felt pain as his soul was ripped out of his body, the Biju felt agony as it was ripped apart in two alongside its soul, and was sealed within the infants. As now we see the eyes glowed of Shinigami again before it disappeared, indicating that the deal has been successfully done. As now we see, Hiruzen fell to the ground, his vision blurring, as both of the other two then dashed towards Hiruzen to pick him up. Hiruzen-sama! Why did you do this? I told you that allow me to do this. No, Kushina. Why are you so stubborn always, and hard to deal with? I told you let the older generation handle this. The torch always must be passed on, and once it is, it cannot be returned to the older generation. And it can only be passed to the next one. I'm grateful to die like this, in service and honor of my village. As now we see, Hiruzen's eyes closed with a small smile on his face. As right next to them, another shadow stood, and that was Asuma Sarutobi, the son of Hiruzen Sarutobi. You damn old man, going on and on about making your own decisions. Again, I'm sorry, Asuma. It was supposed to be no. The old man was right. In the end, I kind of find it funny that I agree with him on something. If anyone had to do that, I guess it should have been him. If I was in his shoes, I would have done the same, so that my kids could live. And I respect that. But I'm gonna miss him. And with that we see, many of the Jonins like Guy and other of his friends surrounded him, as we see, Asuma began to shed some tears at the death of his father and his mother. And after that, an envoy arrived. Hokage-sama, the council has gathered and they're all shaken up. They need your attendance right now, please. As now we see, Kushina, who was also given a few of chakra to survive, then said, I'm okay now, Minato. I'll take care of the kids. Why don't you go and deal with the council? Besides, Kakashi is here, right? Always, Kushina-sama. Sensei, leave the kids and Kushina-sama to me. They're my responsibility until your return. I know I can always trust on you, Kakashi. Always, Sensei. As now we see, as Minato passed by, there was no celebration. There was nothing except terror and shock, as well as sadness, because tonight Gon had lost a lot of shinobis, civilians, and a legend in its own right, their Sandaime Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. As we see, Hiruzen arrived at the council chamber, opening the door. As he sat down on his seat, this meeting is in session, said Minato. As Danzo then said, I'm quite surprised that you're here, Minato. I thought it would be Hiruzen-sama. To be honest, I thought that as well. But it seems Risen-sama and Fate had other things in mind. He decided to give up his life so that the new generation can survive and thrive. Leave that to Hiruzen to always make a dynamic entry and exit. Always one to show off, even in his death, said Homura, as Koharu sighed as well at the death of his teammate and friend, as Danzo then said, a true warrior is that. Anyway, we have other things to worry, like what happened, Minato. Care to explain how did the Biju broke free after everything was taken in as a precautionary measure? Someone leaked the news. There was a breakage that we were attacked by a masked person claiming to be Madara Uchiha. That is nonsense, said Danzo as he slammed his hands on the table and got up. It must be the Uchihas because Madara Uchiha is dead. As Fugaku then said, that is bullshit. How can it be us? We were on the front lines while our Ganins were out there, while they should be inside the walls where everyone else was. As now we see, Danzo and Fugaku were about to fight as Minato then said, stepping in, I know what happened. There was a Sharingan, Fugaku, but I doubt it was from the Uchiha clan. Then, what do you say who it was? Madara Uchiha really? I mean, it is a possibility. The man was known as the Ghost of Uchiha as well as the Yami no Shinobi, while on the other side, Hashirama-sama was known as Kami no Shinobi, or have you all forgotten? We remember. So why can't you all digest that the Yami no Shinobi must have found a way because of his Sharingan being too powerful to even cheat death? That is not possible. A path of Rinnegan I have read from an old book allows the sage to, or anyone of its user to have a life more than an immortal. What? So you're saying that Madara has found a way to become an immortal, Minato? Said one of the elders, as Danzo then said, that is obnoxious. That is not possible. It is, said Fugaku. If any of the Uchihas are able to awaken eternal Mangekyo which Madara had, it is a high possibility that with enough stress and trauma they might be able to awaken the ultimate power from that eye, the Rinnegan, the eye of the sage. And with that eye, 7 paths, anything is possible. 7th path? What do you mean by that? I thought there were only 6. 7th path, that is a hidden and well kept secret, allows the user to extend his life form as much as he wants. And I think Madara might have achieved that and cheated us and all these years and death itself to think that he was dead while he was hiding in the shadows. No, knowing Madara, he wouldn't have not waited that much longer after Hashirama-sama died. If it is Madara, then we are really screwed and damned, Minato. And if it is someone impersonating him, we should capture him as fast as possible. Because if Fugaku is correct that power, it belongs to Konoha, said Danzo. As Minato then said, whoever and whatever that is, we will discuss later. As of time being, we have lost our 3rd Hokage, as well as a lot of shinobis and civilians. A funeral will be arranged the next morning. For the time being, let us all gather and give each other strength. I will write down a letter to Daimyo-sama to ask for funds, and a letter to my sensei, demanding him to return, because I am gonna hand him this mission personally and break the news to him personally as well. Is that understood? Hi. Meeting adjourned. As now we see, Minato returned back to Kushina as Kakashi left. How did the meeting went? Everything was okay, Kushina, but why are you acting so differently? It's because I have done something, Minato. Something to one of our children. What have you done? Said Minato with a fearful tone. I hid a secret from you, Minato. Do you know the history of the clan warring era, from where it began? No. I don't know that much. You see, in the beginning of the clan era, a few clans were in existence. Not the Uzumakis, Uchihas, or so on, but some other clans. Amongst them was one of the clans that were known as the Ronin clan. It was feared so much that the others banded up together upon them to kill them, but some were able to escape thanks to the leader. And They went on to live their lives while the other clans soon began to fight amongst each other to gain more territory and more power, and hence the clan warring era began. And amongst them, they were able to make and formulate their own clans without other being noticing, such as the Uzumakis, Senjus, and so on. So, I don't understand. You see, the Uzumakis in the clan warring era were the single clan that were able to build a nation of its own, an independent one at that. Uzushi Gakure. I know, and it became so feared that in the Second Great Shinobi War we were all attacked again, like in the history. Again? What do you mean by that, Kushina? Are you saying that you're from this Ronin clan? Yes. You wanna know why the Uzumakis were so feared? Because we were double in strength? Because, Minato, we are originally from Ronin clan, especially from the royal bloodline. We carry the bloodline of the Ronin clan amongst us, within us. As Minato's eyes widen, and now that bloodline continues and flows through our son, Naruto. As Minato's eyes widen, what do you mean? As Kushina then undid a genjutsu that she placed on Minato, on Naruto in front of Minato, as the tattoos begin to become visible on both of his arms. Kushina, what are these? These are the seals that are required to unlock one's potential. As that is when something happened that Kushina noticed. The eyes of the lines in the seals that were engraved turned blue, and it even shocked and scared Kushina. How can this be? This is impossible. Nobody has ever awakened that power. How is that even possible? What does it mean? Normally, after the sealing process on a newborn of an Uzumaki is done, the lion's eyes changed color to indicate who they are. For royal bloodline, it indicates either blue or red. Red indicating that they were from the lineage of the royal family, and blue indicates that they are the royal family. As that is when Minato was shocked. So how can it be that Naruto awakened that? I don't know, Minato. It is impossible. His eyes should have been red, but they're blue, indicating that he is a pure Ronin. Once in a lifetime they awaken. Like Arashi Uzumaki. The legendary Uzumaki who alone took down 10,000 shinobis. Yes, like him. As even Minato was shocked. How can, as Minato was about to say, as Kushina then said, you can never tell this secret to anyone, Minato. I trust you with everything I have. As my husband and my partner, I am trusting this knowledge to you. Promise me that you will never reveal this to anyone. Please. I promise, but I doubt any would even remember that clan by now. Oh, you don't know. People still remember. Everyone do. Even if not them, history still remembers. And we should fear that, Minato. As now we see, Minato was quite shaken up by this sudden change of behavior by Kushina, who was a bubbly personality before. As after that we see, a few days passed as Jiraiya arrived, as Minato was still inside the Hokage office while the funeral was attended and everything was done, as he was still in thought of what Kushina had said to him, as Jiraiya then arrived. Why the long face, Minato? Are you annoyed that you can't visit your wife and newborn kids? Yeah, kind of like that, Sensei. Tell me, kid, seriously, what is bothering you? Said Jiraiya as his front personality fell. I don't know, Sensei. I don't know how to tell you this, but something about Kushina has been bothering me. She's acting quite different. What is it? As Minato stopped as soon as he was about to say, it's probably nothing. I mean, she just gone through a lot of stress and trauma. I mean, that might be it, right? Yeah, of course, kid. That might be it. I mean, even I haven't still recovered from the loss of the sensei and all that happened. I mean, she was mainly one of the victims, so obviously she has gone a lot of stress and it will take time to heal. I guess you're right. Now moving onwards, there's one more thing I would like to discuss. What is it, Minato? That would be about this masked person. Don't worry, I already know, said Jiraiya with a sinister look on his face. I will find that bastard and bring him to the village for justice. And you better make sure that I'm the one who executes that bastard after what he has done. Fine, Sensei, but at least find him. I will do everything what it takes within my power to find him, Minato. You don't need to worry about that. I know I could trust you, Sensei, always, said Jiraiya. Is there anything else you would like to say? No. Good. Now it's my turn then. What? Said Minato, quite shocked that Jiraiya had something to say to him. Remember when I told you when you were young about the prophecy that the toads gave to me about training the child of prophecy to be the savior of, well, Konoha and the one who will unite the whole elemental nation? Yes? Well, it is time the prophecy is to be fulfilled, because the prophecy states when yellow and red will bring forth a child, he will bring peace or destruction. And we need to take action on this, Minato. I don't want the whole world to be in shambles or destroyed. I want it to be protected, safe, and closer to one another, like the sage wanted. And that is why I think we should choose a child of prophecy right now. But Sensei, they're just born. How can you even determine who or which one of them would be the child of prophecy? You're right about that. That is why I'm here to give you this job while I go and search for that bastard. What do you mean by this job? You are to monitor over your kids and determine who is the child of prophecy. And leave the rest to me. I see. Good. I'll be off on my way then. As after that we see Jiraiya disappeared in a puff of smoke, leaving Minato shocked and stunned. How am I gonna deal with this now? As now we see back at home when Minato arrived, he was met with Kushina, who had now returned back to her original self. Ah, Minato, you finally returned. You seem happy today. Of course I am. What's wrong with you? Why the long face? I was visited by Jiraiya. He told me, or reminded me about the prophecy and gave me a job to do. What job? What prophecy? Sit down, I'll tell you everything, Kushina. As after an hour of explanation was done, we see that both of them were sat down on the couch still in the living room. I see. So what have you thought of it? Who is the child of prophecy? That is it. We have to monitor both of them. I think it will be Naruto. What? Why do you think so? He has the blood of Ronin. He's the royalty. It must be him. There's no chance that Menma would be the child of prophecy. But what if it is Menma? Then it is our responsibility to train and guide him to be that child of prophecy. Kushina, I think we should go through with this. As Sensei said, monitor them first and then make conclusions. I don't want to jump into it because this is some serious stuff that we're getting ourselves into. I just want us to be a normal, happy family. I want the same, Minato, but the responsibility of the Ronin. You're not Ronin or Uzumaki. You're my goddamn wife. So act like Kushina, the woman I fell in love with. As that is when both of them sighed and, as Kushina smiled, you know what? I'll just do that. As after that we see time begin to pass by. As years flew by in the blink of an eye, as both of the kids begin to grow up and show their skills. Naruto was quite silent one and always was the one who kept to himself for the most part of the time, always acting like he was non-existent. While on the other side, Menma was genius, a prodigy in his own right. Like Itachi, he was a genius prodigy who was at the age of 6 allowed to join the academy because of his grades as well as his capabilities of adapting. As for Naruto, he was still being trained by his mother and occasionally trained with his, well, Nissan. As now we see both of them were training in the backyard with their mother. As Kushina then said, alright, take a break. Great job, Menma. And Naruto, try to keep up with your brother at least, please. As Naruto said nothing more, just a nod, acting indifferent like it didn't bother him, and just went under the shade of a tree and closed his eyes to rest. As that is when we see Menma then said, why are you always just resting, Naruto? You should act up and try to train more. You'll be left behind if you don't train. What if I don't want to become a shinobi? I mean, what's the point? Fighting, violence, all this stuff. It just brings more violence, doesn't it? As Kushina then said, of course it does, son. But What if What if someone tries to target your family or loved one? What would you do then? Would you allow them to be hurt? No, I wouldn't, but that is it then, son. We train because we know there are some people out there who would be just for the sake of it try to attack us to determine that they are strong. To feed their egos, they attack. And that is why we must be prepared so that they won't be able to harm us or hurt us or our loved ones. I see. I'll try my best. I still don't get it though. You will in due time, son. As now we see, it was night time, as both of the siblings were in their bedroom. As Naruto was still awake, looking at the moon, was Menma then said, Naruto, we have to train again tomorrow and I have to go to the academy. We better rest. And don't bother me tonight with stupid questions of yours, please. They're not stupid. Seriously? Asking me what should we eat tomorrow morning? Right now, in this night time, when you obviously know that mother is going to choose our breakfast, not us. Why do you always say that stuff right now? But it is a valid question, isn't it? What am I gonna do with you, Naruto? As now we see, the banter between the siblings ended as Menma then said, I'm gonna sleep now. Fine, Nissan. Good night. As now we see, Naruto was still awake, as that is when we see his eyes closed. But as soon as they did, his eyes opened, and they were blue, but instead of dots in them that were irises, they were slits. As now we see, Naruto got up from his bed. As soon as he did, he was behind a person, a shadow that was looming over his older brother. One hand on the mouth of the person, while the other one crushing the other one that was about to slash a kunai near his brother. Only inches away from his face, we see that Naruto was holding back the person who was trying to attack his siblings. I have warned your people before. Don't mess with my family. How long will it take for you all to understand this? As now we see Naruto then using his force crack the neck single-handedly and then drag the body outside from the window. As now we see Naruto was about to get rid of the body, many other shinobis and konomichis as such, the person who was about to attack his brother attacked and surrounded him. As Naruto was standing there, the brat killed him. We have to deal with this bastard right now and then. Is that so? As now we see Naruto was attacked by a person with katana. As Naruto dodged his katana slash and grabbed him by the arm and then did a backflip, throwing him to the ground, and that is when we see Naruto ripping his arm apart using brute force, and that is when he separated the katana from the arm and threw that arm to the other side while stabbing the katana to the person who was down on the ground and while covering his face so that he couldn't scream. As others, seeing the brutality of a 6-year-old that displayed these skills in front of them and brutality in front of them, were scared as they took steps back. I have been doing nothing wrong. My family has done nothing wrong to all of you. And yet you still try to target us all. I have requested again and again, and for the last time I request, don't touch them. I request. Please. As that is when everyone seeing that this kid was psychotic attacked him altogether. As that is when Naruto literally within a single slash ripped out all of their bodies into 2 pieces with a single slash. As all of them fell down to the ground, they were about to scream as Naruto then yelled out, "Do not you dare scream!" As they were so fearful of this brat that they covered their mouths with their own hands while still being in this much agony because they didn't want it to be killed. Now crawl away from here. Never return. As now we see Naruto begin to look left and right to indicate that no one was there. After confirming that his family was resting, Naruto took care of everything, washed the bloodstains, and hid the weapons well so that nobody was able to find them, or the bodies that he has dumped far away. And it was already about to sunrise that he began to feel fear. Oh no, I have to return. As Naruto dashed as fast as he could, going at a blinding speed, he whizzed past by some of the Yanbos, alerting them. As now we see, Yanbos begin to chase him, but with his speed and agility, he was able to dodge them and was able to secretly arrive back to his home, closing the window, cleaning himself up in the washroom. As he was doing so, the Anbus arrived, chasing after him. Knowing that he has went in this direction, seeing that it was the Hokage's home backside, they begin to knock on the Hokage's door. As Minato woke up, what is it? What do you guys are doing here? Is it some sort of thing going on? We were chasing after a person, an unidentified one. He went this way. We think that he's hiding here. What? Menma! Naruto! Come downstairs! Kushina, wake up! There's someone in the home! All of you, go and check out all the perimeters. I'll be checking out inside. Kakashi, with me. As from the shadows, an Anbu arrived with the Ninu mask. Hi, sensei. As now we see, all of them begin to search left and right. As Kushina then got up. What is it, Minato? What is going on? The Anbu said they saw someone, an unidentified person, heading towards our home. They're here to search. There might be someone in the house. Oh no. I'm gonna go look out for the kids. You go and search. As Kushina took her katana with her and went upstairs, where the bedroom of the kids were. As now we see Menma has woken up and was looking for Naruto. Mom, what is going on? Where is Naruto? I'm in the washroom. Don't worry about me. I'll be there downstairs in no time. Naruto, this is emergency. You need to come outside right now. I'm taking a bath. Please, just go down. I'm alone here. Naruto? Is someone in there with you? No, no one is. As Naruto opened the door to show that he was really taking the bath. See? I'm taking a steamy bath. Why are you taking a bath in the early morning? I wanted to. As that is when we see Menma's eyes narrowed. You usually never do that. Why would you do that? As Naruto had now had to think of an excuse. And that is why he think of a lame excuse. I kind of was having a dream and was about to pee myself, and that is when I woke up in the last moment and was about to dash towards the bathroom, and yeah, You sullied your clothes? You're 6, Naruto, said Menma. Seriously? What is wrong with you? I'm sorry, Kajan. As Naruto looked down, embarrassed. As now we see, Menma then said, fine, but you better keep this a secret. And don't tell anyone about this. I was trying to. You're the one who told me to tell you. Jeez, fine. Can we go downstairs? You go, Menma. I'm gonna stay here for Naruto until he's done. As after Naruto was done, we see that Naruto then said, can you pass me my clothes? As a shirt and shorts was passed to him. As after wearing his clothes, Naruto was even brought downstairs. As Minato was surprised. So you're taking a shower early in the morning. That's quite a nice habit, Naruto. I don't think it's going to be a habit, Toho-chan. I just wanted to, take a shower. Okay. As after that we see Anbus arrived. Everything is clear, Hokage-sama. But we really saw someone here. No one is here. He might be inside the village already. We'll be on the lookout. Go do your job. Dismissed. As after that, each and every Anbu left. As Minato then said, thank God it was a false alarm. Yeah, I guess so. As after that we see, Kushina then said, looking towards both of Naruto's arm, that something was going on there. The seals of the Ronin clan that was made by Kushina were disappearing. As Kushina was getting suspicious. Naruto, do you feel anything different? Son, no, I'm completely fine. Fine as usual. As now we see Menma then said, great. Now I gotta go to the academy then. And meanwhile I go there, don't sell your pants again, please. Hey, I won't do that, you know. I just drank a lot of water last night, that's all. As now we see, Naruto finally did a sigh of relief when he was alone. Because he was able to fool everyone, or so he thought. Because Kushina was able to see the water pipes and the water flow by there. And that was all red. As Kushina then said, looking into it, that is blood. As Kushina began to connect dots, but still, she wanted to confirm her suspicions. As time began to fly by, we see that some tragedy struck as the whole Uchiha clan was massacred by Itachi Uchiha. And that is why Menma Uzumaki was held back in the academy, because he wasn't allowed to graduate. Because they didn't want any more kids to go under stress that Itachi went through and become psychotic. As now we see, Naruto on the other side was in the same class now as Menma. as well as the other clan heads, because that was the class Menma was placed in. I can't believe they pushed me back all the way in Naruto's class. You make it sound like that's a bad thing. It's not. It's just I was about to graduate and become a genin. Hey, we'll be genins together. You don't need to worry about that, Nissan, said an 8-year-old Naruto to Menma, who smiled. I guess so. But it's still kind of a shock how all of this happened. Yeah, we're kind of shocked as well, Menma. You don't need to worry about this. Just focus on now growing and making some bonds. You as well, Naruto. Yeah, I'll make sure I keep an eye on him. Yeah, if anyone is out there keeping an eye on someone, it's me keeping an eye on you, Naruto, so that you don't sell your pants. It was years ago, as everyone began to chuckle at that. As now we see, in the academy, time began to pass by as the graduation year came, and finally both of them reached at the age of 13. And soon after they did, they were placed in the same team. But something happened that night. His father was stressed. What is it, Tochan? The scroll of sealing has been stolen by a civilian kid while I was out with you guys celebrating. What? What do you mean? Said Kushina. Who took it? That scroll is sacred to the Uzumakis. We cannot allow that to fall into the hands of someone. As that is when Naruto remembered seeing the said civilian kid named Toru with one of his sensei. It must be Mizuki sensei. What do you mean by that, Naruto? Said Menma. I saw him talking with Toru this morning. It must be Toru, right? A kid with black hair, black eyes, a little bit of tannish and palish skin, wearing green shorts and green top. Yeah, that is it, said Anbu. He was the one who was last seen leaving the Hokage office with the scroll. Good. They said something about the Forest of Death. You should check there. As now we see, all of them alongside with his father went there. As Naruto then eyes narrowed and said, I forgot something at Sasuke's place. What? Since when did you and Sasuke become friends? We were, always were. We just never showed that to each other. I'm gonna go and grab something from him. You guys go on to home. As Kushina then said, Naruto? Are you hiding something? No! I am an adult right now, Kachan. I have the right to keep some of my secrets, right? Yes, of course you are. But if you're hiding some dirty magazines, I'm gonna beat you to pulp. As Naruto gulped. No, it's nothing like that, I swear. It's some jutsu schools, yeah. It's just some jutsu schools that we trade with one another so that we can both train. I want to catch up with Menma-Nisan, you know. He has more experience and skills under his belt than me. Fine, just be careful out there, okay? As now we see Naruto going to the real location, on top of the academy. As now we see, Toru was waiting there as he was cornered and was in deep pain as well because Mizuki has arrived and was torturing him before taking the scroll. As that is when Naruto arrived there, his eyes that was turned into slits again. His tattoos begin to form. You know, Mizuki, people like you are the worst trash. Oh, if it isn't the child of Hokage, the demon spawn. Demon spawn, huh? You're talking about the Kyuubi then. You want to see it? That is when, instead of laughing, he was the one who was feeling fear. What do you mean by that? It was Naruto now who has checkmated him and was causing him fear. I'll show you something much more terrifying than that. Toru, would you promise me if I save you that you would not reveal what you see here to anyone? Or you too must die. I promise, please just save me. Good. As now we see, Naruto then showed his canines as his blue eyes then morphed into red ones. As that is when Naruto unleashed true terror on Mizuki. As Mizuki tried to scream, but his screams were muffled by Naruto's clones, so that he couldn't. As after that we see Naruto returned to Sasuke's home, while Toru was left there to be discovered by some of the Anbus. As now we see, Naruto returned back home where his father was. Naruto! The scroll was found on top of the Hokage office, and so was a traumatized kid, who said that he was able to, in his defense, kill his sensei accidentally. Huh? Seriously? Man, you were right, Nissan. Always look underneath the underneath. Naruto? Where were you? Said Kushina. See, I told you I was there to grab this scroll. What is this? It's chakra walking, you know, the one that is used to walk up the water fountains? It's waterfall. Yeah, the same thing. I see. It's fine then. As Naruto was about to go upstairs, Kushina found a little bit of red in his hair. As Kushina's eyes narrowed, as at that night we see in the bedroom of Minato and Kushina, Kushina was in deep thought. Naruto is acting weirdly, hiding something. I think for years now, Minato. What do you mean by that, Kushina? Remember the seals I told you about the Roin clan? Naruto being the royalty in Roin clan as well? Yes, I think he's using those powers. He's the one who killed Mizuki. And I also found a lot of weapons hidden amongst our territory. Yeah, the ones you showed me. I found out that they were from elite Anbus of Eva. And I fear that they might be onto something. They might have been, because they were taken care of all those years ago by Naruto. Kushina, how are you so sure? Naruto has been hiding something. I saw him using the ruined tattoos. They appear when the powers are active. It must be triggered by something that Naruto hates, or Naruto's willing to protect. But I don't know what it is that triggers it. I fear that he's hiding this from us, but why? I don't know, Kushina. Even if he is, I think it is best we confront him in the morning about this. Because that is the only way he will tell us. Knowing Naruto, he will keep it a secret if we don't ask that question. Trust me, I know. He is our son. Fine. As the next morning came, it was about to be a day where they were going to be meeting their Jonin sensei. We see Naruto and Menma were held back, as Minato was looking at Naruto, and so was Kushina, as Minato revealed the truth. Yes, I have been hiding this. This power, I don't know how I have it. I was using it to protect you. Menma Nisan was attacked again and again. I couldn't bear that. I had to dirty my hands. Every shinobi at some point had to. You told me that. I didn't hold back. At first I paralyzed them. Left them alive, so I didn't want it to kill them. But I didn't want it to be them to be our threats. But then I began to kill them, seeing that there was no point in leaving them alive, because they just kept on coming and coming back. And it was getting agitating and frustrating. But soon they stopped. And after that, threats from within began to surge. Some shinobis, such as Anbus with black masks, began to attack us. I was taking care of them now. Black masks? Root? But that has been disbanded. Danzo, that bastard. As Kushina then said, regardless of that, Naruto, you should have told me about this. That is the power of the Roin clan. A sacred clan that has been forgotten from long ago. You are a royalty of it, because you have awoken the true royal form of the ruins that are on your body, allowing you to use the full potential of the blood that is within you, giving you the strength of thousands of shinobis. That is why at such a young age you were able to do deeds that most Jonins are not able to, even capable of doing it today. As Menma was taken aback by this, his little brother, for all this time, was protecting him, and that is when Menma connected the dots, being the smart one as well. So that is why you always was acting indifferent, tired, always saying that violence shouldn't exist, because it always comes back again and again, much more violent than before. Yes. Minato, Menma, nobody will discuss this to anyone, and you will take care of Danzo once and for all about this. As this was going on, Jiraiya arrived. Minato, we have to move both of the kids away from here. What? What do you mean? They are going to be targeted soon. The Jinchurikis from different nations have begun to disappear within a week of span. What? What do you mean? Only 8 tails and 9 tails are left, meaning both Kumo and Konoha are left with only Jinchurikis, while others are found dead or either unfound yet. But one thing is certain, the Biju was stripped out of them, and that is how they died. Someone is targeting the Bijus. It must be connected to the QB attack, said Minato. Yes, the masked person. I found him. He's working for an organization known as Akatsuki, and they're the ones behind this. Everyone is searching for them. No one has found where their hideout is. Some says it's Inamekakure, but that country, it has locked out itself and nobody can get inside. Damn it, Sensei. Where should we go? Mount Miyabuko. That might be the safe place. If you want to take us there, do it. But my parents, they'll be going there with us as well, right? Of course. As now we see, they were about to leave, their home was attacked. And that was the biggest mistake Akatsuki did. Because right in front of Naruto, both Minato and Kushina got impaled with a lot of metal rods by the orange-haired person who did this. And his sibling was in neck choke. Menma Uzumaki no Mikaze. Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze. Come with us, peace. And that was the only thing he said before he was sucker punched in the face so hard that his head was literally ripped apart from his body while his body was flung in miles away from there. As everyone of the Akatsuki member was stunned, as they all looked towards Naruto, who was now looking much more demonic, as orange chakra was leaking out of him, as his ruins from black, bearing both of his arms, has turned complete red. He, with his rage-filled eyes that were now completely red and glowing, dashed towards them, with markings now spreading all over his body, activating the full power of the Ruin Clan. You all shall perish! And that is when Kisame, unsheathing his Samehara, charged towards Naruto. You're going down, brat. But to his surprise, Naruto with single hand blocked his blade, and not only that, with a single grip, crushed it to the point where it broke into bits, shocking him. And then he slashed his claws upwards, literally ripping him into pieces. As now we see, Naruto began to walk slowly towards the other members that were now afraid. Oi, 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 just what kind of monster did we mess up with? This one is quite cranky. What do you say, Deidara? You and me show our talent to this brat. But before they could, both of their necks were snapped, as Naruto disappeared and appeared behind them. As that is when Kakazu and Hidan, the immortals, were now scared for the first time. Their throats dry, sweat forming on their whole body, which was shaking with fear. Just what kind of kid did they mess up with? As now we see, that is when other pots of pain arrived, alongside the previous one that was revived by the revival pot, and attacked him. As that is when Naruto released huge amount of energy, and that is when Naruto, using the broken Samehara, began to attack the rest of them, literally ripping them apart with a blade that was uneven and scaly as well. As now we see, it took less than 10 minutes for the rest of the Akatsuki members to be wound up and killed. Even Itachi was almost killed if it wasn't for his crow summon that allowed him to escape from there. As now we see, even Tobi was killed, the masked person, as the blade was right now in his chest that was pried open by Naruto. And in his one arm was none other than Zetsu that he was holding. It cannot be. This clan was extinct. I made sure that they were the ones for the first time that were eradicated. How is it that one of you survived? You were behind the extinction of the Ruin Clan? Said Kushina, as she, by the time this was happening, was able to free herself thanks to Jiraiya and the others. Yes. Thanks to you and your plan, our leader formed a backup one. A route in case we were attacked. We were able to escape, or some of us were. Some of the kids escaped, and that is how different clans were made. That is how Uzushio was created, and the Uzumakis gained the fame of the strongest ones. As that is when Zetsu's eyes widen, regardless of what it might be. In the end, we survived. I survived. And as the head of the Ruin Clan, I hereby declare you to death. As Naruto closed his fist, literally exploding the head of Zetsu then and there. As that is when Naruto looked towards the rest of the village that was now watching what he has done in front of them in just mere 10 minutes with fear in their eyes. Listen to me and listen to me carefully, because I'm going to say this only once. I don't care what you talk about me, what you think about me, but you dare lay a hand or even a finger towards my family, I'll rip your whole arm out. Is that understood? As everyone shook their head in unison. Good. Now get out of my sight. As that is when we see Naruto begin to walk towards his family, as the ruins that appeared on his body began to disappear and the chakra began to disperse. His eyes that were glowing returned back to normal. Normal blue slits, and then back to normal irises. Kachan, said Naruto as he felt weakened, as Kushina was able to catch on to her son while still being wounded, as was Minato. As Naruto finally lost his consciousness. As Naruto was taken to hospital, we see that both Minato and Kushina and Jiraiya were called to the council. That kid is a threat to Minato. Danzo, before any of this, mind saying why were you targeting my kids? These masks were found by the dead bodies that my son killed, as everyone was even more surprised. He killed? He has been protecting my other child and us from both Eva and from within the village, from Danzo's attacks. Mind telling me why you did that? As Danzo felt fear for the first time. As that is when he tried to call his envoys, and that is when the wall broke, and there arrived Naruto again. I've warned you. Any one of you even dare to lay a finger or point a finger towards them, I'll rip your whole arm apart. But it seems you didn't listen, as Naruto disappeared and appeared in front of him. Naruto, no! As Naruto literally planted his fingers in both of his chest and ripped him apart from the center, shocking every one of them, as Danzo was ripped from the center into two pieces, as Naruto looked towards others with scowl on his face. Mark my words. This is your final warning, and only because my father requested me to stop. I won't stop the next time. I'll paint the whole village red even if I have to, if you even dare lay a hand on anyone who I love. As with that, Naruto left that place while still glaring at everyone. As that is when we see Choza Kamichi then said, I think I pissed my pants. As for the others, they all agreed that Naruto and his family should be left as they are and not to be questioned because Danzo did. And what happened to him? Being ripped into two Danzos now that were on the ground. Danzo. As that is when we see time begin to pass by as Naruto, with his final decision, didn't decide to become a shinobi. But what he was capable of doing spread out to the whole elemental nation. Iba now began to fear him wholeheartedly, like a cult fearing their god. Why? Because Naruto has killed more of their shinobis than even his father. And with the power that he possessed, they already knew that they have lost. And many other villages who also were tempted to try knew better not to, because he didn't even care if it was his own village. People. Anyone dares to point a finger at his family or loved ones, all will die. Must die. He will paint the whole elemental nation red if it comes to them. And that is what all of them feared, because if he lost everything and becomes a man who has nothing to lose, what will he do to them? As this is where I'm going to be leaving and ending the story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And yeah, I guess this is it for the day. I'm going to be signing off. Peace.